This is the best budget gaming laptop you can buy in India right now. This is actually the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3, and this generally goes for 64,990 or 69,990, but we got it for 57,000 rupees, and for that price, this brings the absolute best gaming performance and a few cons. So you'll understand why I'm calling this the best budget gaming laptop, but first let's check out the key specs because that's important. I mean, on the CPU side, this is powered by the 11th gen Intel Core i5-11320H processor, and you must be thinking 11th gen in 2023, but it's actually fine for a gaming laptop in this price range. When it comes to RAM and storage, this has 8GB DDR4 RAM and 512 gigs of PCIe Gen 3 storage. The big deal, however, is the GPU. This packs in NVIDIA's RTX 3050 GPU with 4GB VRAM, which is a very powerful GPU in this price range, and honestly, this makes a big difference. See, we've been used to seeing gaming laptops with the 1650 GPU or the 2050 GPU, and compared to them, the 3050 is just way better in terms of game performance. Now, there are a couple of other good options under 60K. There's the Bravo 15, which looks good on paper, but the Radeon RX 6500M isn't known to be a well-optimized card, and it is limited to 50 watts. The GF63 Thin is another exciting option since it brings 3052. The Acer Aspire 7 also brings a 3050 and a 12th gen P-series Core i5 CPU, but I went for the IdeaPad because one, it has a more powerful 3050 with a max TGP of 90 watts compared to 40 watt on the GF63, and second, this has a 120Hz display while the Acer laptop has a 60Hz display. Plus, I have heard about some heating issues in the Acer laptop with its sort of non-gaming laptop design. Anyway, it's not just the specs alone. We have a 1650 laptop at our office and a 3D Mark TimeSpy, which is a gamer's benchmark. You can see the 3050 easily beats the 1650. Even in the TimeSpy Extreme test, you can see the difference. Now, if you're wondering about the CPU, these are its scores in Cinebench, and this is the SSD speed from Crystal Disk Mark. This is all good, but it's the gaming performance that actually sealed the deal for me. See, we have been testing out a number of AAA titles on this laptop, and in all of our testing, one thing was pretty apparent. This is more than adequate to meet 1080p gaming requirements. All the AAA titles ran seamlessly in medium-high settings. To give you a better idea, Far Cry 6 ran pretty well at high settings. There were no frame drops whatsoever, and every detail and texture loaded nicely in high settings. And as for the FPS, it was around 50-60. We also played RDR2, which on ultra settings was smooth, absolutely no lag or frame drops of any sort, which is pretty commendable given that the settings were set to ultra. Next up, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most demanding games out there, and the laptop was able to run it at an average of 40 FPS in high settings with DLSS set to quality, and you can always squeeze out more frames of playing around with the DLSS settings. We also played some Apex Legends on the laptop, and with graphics quality set to high, the average FPS was around 70-75, but more importantly, there were zero frame drops and the overall experience was very good. Now, what also helped here is the 120Hz display this laptop packs in. Now, let me make clear, this is a display that's good for gaming. It's smooth and response times are good, especially for an FPS game. Even the viewing angles are good, but this has 45% NTSC coverage, and when we check, the sRGB coverage is also 63%, so I wouldn't recommend this laptop for tasks like photo editing or video editing. Also, 250 nits of brightness is okay mostly, but there are times when I did feel the need for higher brightness. Anyway, coming back to the performance, one of the best things about the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 is its thermals. This has two fans, two heat pipes, and you can also see the additional RAM slot, so you can put in another 8GB stick and use the dual channel on this, which will give a significant performance boost. There's also an additional SSD slot, so you can either use a 2.5-inch SATA SSD here, an NVMe SSD, or go with an HDD, so it's pretty convenient. Upgradability part, I like that the inflow vent on the bottom has a nice dust filter, and there are these outflow vents on both the sides, as well as one underneath the hinge. Now, the most important thing here is when gaming, the laptop, or especially the keyboard, does not get uncomfortably hot, and that allowed us to game for long hours without bringing in external keyboard. Plus, the CPU and GPU temperatures remain stabilized at between 75 to 85 degrees, never exceeding that, which is great. Look, gaming apart, the day-to-day performance on this laptop is really good, be it with multiple apps on the go, multitasking, a lot of Chrome tabs, and I like that there are different performance modes here which you can switch between using Function plus Q. Also, I like that the software experience here is clean, no bloatware, no McAfee. You do get Lenovo apps like Lenovo Vantage and Lenovo Arena, but these are useful. As for the rest of the laptop, the design is minimal all around. It's black, it's stealthy, and this is military-grade certified, so it should be durable in the long run. The weight distribution is also pretty good as it does not feel as heavy as it should for a gaming laptop. It also kind of opens with a single finger, mostly when the laptop is on a desk because the rubber pads at the bottom kind of hold things up. I also really like the keyboard and touchpad here. The keyboard is super accurate, it has this purple backlight, and the keys are satisfying to type on with the 1.5mm travel, and add to that the very responsive and satisfying to use trackpad, and multitasking with this trackpad using gestures is a pretty sweet experience. This also has all the ports you need. The left has a USB-C port, a LAN port, and an HDMI. The right has two USB-A ports and the 3.5mm jack. Now, it's a design I mostly like, but remember I said a few cons? See, I found some flex in the keyboard area and the touchpad. Also, this lid is a huge fingerprint magnet, and the dual speakers here aren't very good. They don't get very loud and just lack the punch you want. The webcam is also 720p, but it's a budget gaming laptop, so I'm okay with that. Battery life is also okay. I mean, the 45 watt battery is kind of small, and with the display set to 60% brightness, performance set to silent, which provides the most juice, I got a battery life of around 2.5 hours, so yeah, not exactly good. The charging is fast though. The 170-watt adapter combined with Lenovo's rapid charge means this fully charges in around an hour, which is, I think, very good. Look, all said and done, this is not the most perfect laptop out there, but this is definitely a very good gaming laptop. I mean, sure, there are things that could have been better, but if you want the best gaming performance under 60,000 rupees, this is just unbeatable, and that's mostly because of the 90-watt 3050 GPU and the impressive thermals. Now, there are better options with more RAM, 12-gen CPUs, if you can go above 60K, but yeah, under 60K, this is the best gaming laptop you can buy. Anyway, if you've used the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 with the RTX 3050 GPU, or if you've used any other 3050 laptop in the 60K price segment, make sure to share your experience in the comment section below so that everyone can know. And yeah, thanks for watching.